Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Chris here, and we are on shelf number 3 now to do some bottle maintenance, clean out the uh, whiskey or booze cellar that I have going on here. And so we're going to be cleaning things out, organizing it a lot more, and then we're going to lay these bottles down to its side, moisturize the cork a little bit, show you everything that I've got, and then put it away. So this is going to be up on Patreon first, so my Patreon subscribers will be able to see all this kind of stuff first, and then eventually it'll make its way over to YouTube for everybody else to see. But as a little bit of a reward for my Patreon people, Gary especially, my good buddy, who likes these longer videos. So this one's again for you, Gary. There's quite a few bottles sitting here on shelf number 3. We are going to be commencing with this, and there's going to be a lot of bottles here to look at. So first one here is from where my grandfather came from, which is Denmark, and this is Stunning Smoke. I was able to get 2 bottles of this from craft cellars, and really nice. Here is the other one that I've had open, and you can see that quite a bit of it is gone. This is really nice stuff, and it really opens up quite nicely. Like once you've got it going, it is really nice. Kind of sweet, smoky, heather, earthy, botanical kind of notes to it. It's really quite nice. This one here, this is an Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. You can see here this does not have a cork, so we don't have to lay it down, but I thought I would show it to you anyway. This was on Last Chance, so Elsie was blowing it out about 2 years ago. So I grabbed a bottle. I don't know if I grabbed 2, but I know for a fact I grabbed 1 because it was super cheap, like $20 maybe, $19, maybe even cheaper than that. Next one here is just the basic standard Crown Royal bottle. So that is that one here. This one here, my buddy Dan and I, we did a whiskey tasting one night. We started with Canadian, and then we went to American, and then we went to Irish, and then we went to World, and then Scotch. So we thought, well, let's start off with the cheapest one here, which, the Canadian one that happened to be the cheapest, and then kind of go up from there, and kind of go from what we would have conceived lesser quality to best quality. But holy crap, did this ever blow us away. Jesus, man, this was really good. It was so good that I had to go get another bottle of it. My wife and son bought me a little 200 milliliter bottle for Christmas, and it came with a little glass and a little hockey puck. But the hockey puck was like a whiskey stone. And this was the Wayne Gretzky Red Cask. This is really quite good. It was actually the surprise whiskey of the evening, and we still talk about it, how good it actually was. It is a really nice whiskey. That is my second bottle of a 750 after we went to the 200. It is really nice. I've got the maple cask and the ice cask here in the cellar, and they're or not in the cellar, in the my bar here. Don't have any red cask because it's all gone. That's the only one I have left, but you can see that we've put some dents and damage into this as well, and it's really quite nice. Just really surprising how good they actually were. This was really a really kind gift from one of my YouTube subscribers. So here's a spice box, a spiced whiskey. We can't get this here, and so I'm looking forward to trying this one out here with y'all. I think this is just a screw cap, so we don't need to put that one down either. I don't know if it makes sense to zoom out a little bit more. There we go. That might be better for you. This one here, this came out for Whiskey Fest one year, so I picked up a bottle of it. I have quite a few bottles in here. I've got the Montford, the Smoke, Point, the 10-year-old that they actually sent me, which is really, really, really super kind of them. And I've been sharing it with absolutely everybody that I've known. And the Ripple Rock. Those are the 4 that I have opened in the bar right now that I've been sharing with everyone. This is their single malt whiskey at 46%, and this is from Shelter Point. They're located right in Campbell River, or close to Campbell River. I lived out there after university. Buddies of mine, we moved to Nanaimo, and I worked in a little pub. It was called Schooner Cove in the Noose Bay, and it was really, really, really cool. Had a lot of fun there. Met a really close friend of mine, Amy DePauli. She is with Cook Street Liquor, so check her out in Victoria, BC. And yeah, just had a great time. And then moved up to Courtney with Brenda, and then we moved up to between Courtney and Campbell River. So yeah, so that's where this is from. So hi Brenda, hi Amy, if you're watching this. Hope you guys are doing really, really well, and sure miss hanging out with y'all. It's I had a really good time living out there. It was a really fun part of my life, and I'm really, really, really happy to have met all the friends that I had met out there. Perry and oh gosh, there's so many of them. Yeah, there's just so many good friends out there. It was yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed myself. Worked at JJ's gym, met John Jasperson there. We got into bodybuilding together. Worked at the Whistle Stop, a little pub there. I had a little ferret at the time named Murray, and Murray would come to work with me, and the girls in the beer store would look after Murray, my little ferret. And then moved down to California, and then came back home here and started flying. So, and met my amazing, beautiful wife, and now I get this amazing, really super cool, fantastic, wicked smart son, Ray. So, but you can see here, this is a glass stopper, and it's really cool. So, I mean, we don't need to put that down here. But I don't know if you've seen these in action or not. I don't think Shelter Point makes them anymore. Were just a little too expensive, but they're really great stopper. Like, it was super secure, airtight, and really quite easy to use. But you gotta, instead of just pulling it up, like you would a rubber, like a cork stopper, you gotta kind of crack it to the right or to the left. I always just go right, but so you just kind of, you see it there like that. Then you go like that, and then it's open. And then it just pops up. And then to put it back, it just goes back like that. So it's really, really, really effective cork stopping system. Really interesting and cool. And kind of conversation piece as well. But I can't imagine they'd be very cheap to produce. So I think they've just gone back to, or not gone back, they went to a regular cork. This here is Plantation Rum. This does not belong on the 3rd shelf. This goes on to the 4th shelf with the rums and the rest of the stuff. But I don't know, for some reason it migrated up to the 3rd shelf. I think it was just when I was putting the lounge together, I think I was putting a bunch of stuff out, and then stuff that wouldn't fit or stuff that I didn't want out, I just threw back in just indiscriminately. So that is why we are organizing right now. So this here is the 10-year-old triple barrel, and it replaced the regular triple barrel for Wisers. So you can see here that it does not have a cork, so we don't need that. But Wisers, this was the original triple barrel rye. It's actually really quite nice. Really just a really nice, easy to start off your evening drink. Just a really nice one. But they discontinued making this, so which is too bad because it was good, but now they have an age statement one here. So I haven't tried the age statement, so maybe I'll do a back-to-back taste test between these two here. So stay tuned for that. Another one we have here is the tequila. So this will be going on to the rum shelf here. This is Cazadores, and see here, yeah, it's I think it migrated from when I was putting the lounge together, onto the third row. Here is, I'm not sure if I showed this to you or not. I've got 2 bottles of this. This is the long row, heavily peated, and there's no batch coder or anything like that on it. So I only have 2 bottles of this, so I'm not sure if I showed both bottles to you or not. If not, there you go. You saw the second bottle. These are some vodkas here from Dan Aykroyd from Crystal Head. This was one of their more. It's the exact same stuff in it as this one here. It's just a different color bottle. I think this one here was for Pride. And then this one over here. Oh, it's not out. Sorry, I thought I had it out, but I don't. It's in the cellar still, so I will go and get that one for you. But I just had a second bottle of the special edition one here. Just, I don't know, I just kind of look cool, and it's just another good bottle of vodka. And and I was really surprised because we've gone through a couple of these bottles already. This one here, for Halloween and for other events and stuff like that we've had people over. It's just just vodka, and you're making cocktails and stuff out of it. But I thought, you know what? Before I start doing that, I want to try it just to see what it tastes like, and then I could maybe put together a cocktail kind of around that. So I tried it just neat. Holy crap! Was it ever good? Like, it was a really nice vodka. I was quite blown away on how good this vodka actually is. It doesn't have the bite or the harshness or the burn other vodkas have. This is just really, really, really smooth. So that's why I've got a few different bottles from them. I've got, I don't know, maybe another 1 or 2 more of these guys. The one that I showed you here that was in the box at the beginning, that was one. That might be the only one, but I'm not sure. We'll see as we kind of go through the cellar. And then I've got 2 of these, only because these were on sale. Like, they were blowing these out. They're regular about $50 a bottle. I think these are about $35 they were selling them for. So that's why I picked them up, because it's the exact same stuff that's in here. So say $15 a bottle, so almost the same price as a normal one here. So hang on, I'm just gonna go see if I can find the other one here. Just hang on one sec. All right, I am back. Yeah, so I found another bottle of these. I always usually buy them when they go on sale. They go on sale for like I don't know, $40 some dollars or whatever. Like I said, these 2 here were about $35 when I picked them up. So yeah, so I figured I had 3 bottles of these. So I've got 2 bottles of these that I got super cheap, and then 2 bottles of these that I picked up for about $45. They go on for about $5-8 off every now and then. So sometimes you kind of forget what you got. And then this one here, this one was on sale for about $5 off, but this is the Onyx one, and it is more tequila. So they use the agave plant in this one. So this has got a lot of tequila character to it. I tried a sample of it at the LC just to see if it was any good, and it was actually really quite good. So yeah, so there are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I've got the signed one in the signed box. So I've got 6 of these, and I gotta start drinking these more. But they're actually really quite good. And this here is all the same stuff. Like, it's just, these are just different colored bottles, but they were like $15 off. So that's why I ended up picking those ones up. And then these ones here, I don't ever pay full price for them because they go on sale quite often. So they go for anywhere between about $40 to $43. You can get them here in the city, when they go on sale. And this one here was about $55, I think, when I picked it up. So But it was actually quite nice. You know, it's different. You know, the agave is quite different, and it's really really nice. I found it really kind of complemented the vodka in there. So let's tip these bad boys down here. All right, there we go. Next one we have here, you've seen this one before in the past. This is Kavalan Podium. And I got this, well, I would have got it regardless anyway, when I started buying up Kavalan, because it's really, really, really good. I haven't tried this one yet, but I originally first saw it, this particular bottle here, on a YouTuber's channel. They're right out of Vancouver Island, and they're really, really, really good guys, and they're super funny. And it's called Trenny and C. So check them out. Trenny and C, TRENNY, and then the and sign, and then C, like C as in Charlie. So Trenny and C. Check them out. Super cool guys, super funny. But this was one of their whiskeys of the year, and they were going on and on and on about it. I thought, God damn it, I really want to get one of those. So when we were ordering stuff with the Whiskey Club, we did a big Kavalan night over at Mike's place. We ordered a whole bunch of Kavalan. Last one I got the King Car Conductor when there was like 30 of us. We all bought the King Car Conductor, and then I picked up the Podium and one other. I forget which one that was. Anyway, I ordered 3 bottles. So I grabbed the Podium, and so I'm really looking forward to trying this guy out here. So stay tuned for that. So I'm really looking forward to trying it. I've heard really good things about it, and the reason why I really kind of wanted it is because you know, YouTubers, you know, they've got some influence out there, you know, on idiots like me, and it totally worked because I ended up buying a bottle of it. This one here is another bottle of Kavalan. This one, yeah, I forget when I picked this one up here after, this is the Kavalan Classic, after one of our other whiskey meetings, and I know a bunch of us were placing another order for a bunch of booze. So I got Will to place an order for me for this bottle of Kavalan here. So really looking forward to trying this one out. Read up the reviews on it and the tasting notes, and it just looks absolutely amazing. But I have not had a Kavalan yet that I haven't liked, and they're from our good buddies, Truth Malters. So Larry and Bill Shane, as well as Alex and AJ and James Burton, good buddy of mine. He's the Western distributor there. Anyway, they're all involved with Truth Malters, and I've never met Larry yet, but Bill and I have become pretty close friends. And man, they're bringing in all kinds of great stuff here into Canada. So as a Canadian, and any Canadian watching this, man, you guys are in good hands with the Shanes. They're doing really, really, really well here for us. And before I start cleaning this up here, I'll show you another bottle. I've got more hanging out here on the right hand side, as you can kind of see here. There's more bottles there, but I'm going to clean this area up, and then we'll show you those ones. But this one here is High Coast, and this was brought in by Truth Malters, the Shane brothers, and this was actually Bill's private bottle selection. And you see private bottling, and they offer private bottlings for anybody who wants to have their own bottling. So it's a really cool thing that they're doing there. Really cool thing that they're offering, and you can get something that nobody else on the planet has. This was the artwork and stuff that he chose on it. I remember talking to him about it, and it was really interesting how he came upon this whole choosing of his private cask. And I believe this one here is a chestnut cask bottling. So something very, very, very different. You can see this is non-chill filtered. It's not colored or anything like that. really cool bottling, and he found a print of it or whatever and had it made, and then put that on his bottle, and it looks really cool, super elegant. I have had a sample of this over at James's place, and holy crap, it was like James is like, and you can see there's only 65 bottles of this made, and James is like, come on over, I got you something to try. I think you might be interested in maybe buying one of these bottles, but I wanted you to try it out first just to see, because they're not cheap. And so I tried it and fell in absolute love with it right off the bat. Something I've never tasted or experienced before in my life, and I was like, yeah, I need a bottle right away. It wasn't even a decision, like like let me think about it kind of thing. It was like, yeah, I need that, because I've never tried or tasted anything quite like that before, like a bourbon and chestnut. Amazing, absolutely amazing. So a huge thank you to Bill for creating this amazing bottle and allowing me to be able to add it to the cellar and to the collection. And we're going to be doing a full review on it and everything like that, and we'll do tastings, and maybe I'll send some of the stuff out to you guys as well and share the wealth. So all right, so I'm going to clean this up. We're going to go over to this side here and clean that up, and then go back into the cellar and bring more bottles out. So just hang tight. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Brought some new stuff out here too from the cellar. Here is one here. This is Alberta Premium Cask Strength Whiskey. These were a massively huge seller and hit at one particular time. Still are. Really kind of hard to find in certain places. And I know at one time, a few years ago, that they made one of these here Whiskey of the Year. So they just went crazy. Couldn't find them. They were going for like nutty prices on the secondary market. You can see here that it is a screw cap, so we don't have to lay it down or anything like that. But thought I would show that one to you here. So that one's on 63.7%. They have 3 different bottlings of them. I didn't get the 4th one. This is 63.5%, and it looks the same. As the other bottle. I have one sitting in the lounge right now. Let me go and check to see that one. So I know I had doubles, so I think I threw a double in the lounge. So hang on. Yeah, 63.7%. So same one there to 63.5. Yeah, so there's 263.7. So yeah, I was able to get a second one. I know when they first came out, they were like one per person, and now that it's just kind of a free-for-all. So I thought, and I've had them in the past, and they're actually really quite good and flavorful. Alrighty, so we've got Caribou Crossing. This is really good. We had, the first time I've had it, like I had bottles of these before, and haven't gotten around to opening them yet. There's just so much stuff, to go through. But I did have it at one of our whiskey tastings at Pat and Five one time, and man, is it ever good. And this is what it looks like here, kind of like a Crown Royal bag, and then a Blanton's kind of shaped bottle, not bottle, but cap. How they Blanton's has their little horsey on it. Well, this one has a caribou on it. But it is really, really, really good. I know they're up about $96, $98 a bottle right now, but I was able to pick mine up for about $70. So I got 2 bottles at $70 a bottle at craft cellars quite a few years ago. This one here is a 40 Creek. This is the Art of the Blend. They bring these out every year. Winter Harvest. They are really good. I haven't bought the last few that they'd put out. Here's the Confederation Oak. And Master's Cut. This one here is Cask Strength. You can see that. Well, not Cask Strength. Sorry, it's 48.5 they had. But yeah, see, cast strength there, eh? But 48.5% is not really cast strength, but I guess that's their cast strength. This is Victory. Came in a little box. This one here is the Bareface. It's the triple oak. One of my subscribers sent this bottle to me, so super appreciative of that. I can't wait to give this one here a try. This is a lot 40. This one here is the peated quarter cast strength, 55.5%, so triple nickel there. This one's the 100% rye. These are really good bottles too. These lot 40s, these are really, 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 really good. I do have a bottle of, I've got one in the lounge, but I'll show it to you real quick. But I do also have another one sitting in the cellar. Just haven't got to it yet, but hang on, I'll be right back. There you go. This is the dark oak. This one's just out of my my cellar. This is really, really nice too. I have 2 bottles of this because they're so good. When they were first released, they weren't sure if they were going to be a limited run or anything like that, or really kind of hard to get. So I ended up getting 2 bottles, and one I got at regular price, and the other one was on sale. So I grabbed that one on sale, and it's been really, really, really good. So anyway, this one's just sitting in the lounge. The other one is sitting in the cellar somewhere. But I've had this before. Had this with our whiskey club, and I've had this at the LC when they were doing some tastings, because they're good. It's really good. And here's another bottle here. I think my little brother sent me this one here. This one's finished in PX Sherry cask. I think either Todd sent me the 21-year-old or the 22-year-old. But this is from Pikes Creek. Dr. Don, he's responsible for Pikes Creek, the lot 40 that you just saw, and any and all of the Wiser stuff. So he's the one who puts all of that together. He's the master blender of that, and he's actually got a doctorate in that. So this is 7 Rebels. This is similar to our Wheatfield Gold release. And it was only available in BC. So just like our Wheatfield Gold was only available in Manitoba. So my little brother lives out in BC. Little Curdy, Culinary Kurt, check him out. So he picked up a bottle for me and got one for me. And then my mom and dad were out there, and they grabbed a bottle for me. So I have 2 of them. So I'm really excited about that. This is our 18-year-old Wisers. Same kind of bottle shape. This is really nice stuff. And here is our Wheatfield Gold. This is now completely run dry. They made about 5,800 bottles. They were around for a few years, and now they are gone. You can see it's the same kind of bottle shape. So, yeah, when I saw that they were running low, I ran to the LC, grabbed 2 more for the cellar. And but at the same time, I let all of my friends in the whiskey club know that that they were running low, and they were like, "Holy crap, we got to run and grab some." So I think a bunch of them went out and grabbed a bunch of the Wheatfield Gold, because it is really, 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 really good. And a buddy of mine in our whiskey club, you saw it on our first shelf. Dr. Don signed a bottle of that for me, so I was really excited about having that. This is a 4 Roses bourbon. This is not on the right shelf, but yeah, this is really, really good stuff too. And I'm gonna start making more room here, so I'll do another run here. This is it's either called Gooder Ham and Warts or Goodrum and Warts. I think it's Goodrum and Warts, but I'm not 100% sure. This is really nice stuff. I've had this. This is my second, I believe this is my second bottle of this. It is really, really, really nice. So, yeah, so that is that. All right, I'm going to go and put all this stuff away, and I will be right back with some more. Hang tight. All right, I am back. We have another bottle of Caribou Crossing. We've seen this one here before, so and I have already put it down on its side, so we don't need to unbox that one again. That was just I don't know why it was out. It should have been down in the overflow, but it was sitting on the third shelf as well for some reason. Maybe I was just kind of going through them and whatever, but anyway, this one is fine. I just thought I would show that to you anyway, just for the fun of it. Here we go with 40 Creek. This is the double barrel. This is the older label to it. You can see here it is lot 274 and 40%. This is really, really, really nice stuff, but it's a screw cap, so we don't need to put that on its side. This one here does not belong, I don't think, on the second shelf. No, it doesn't. That goes on to the fourth. But anyway, this is a really nice Japanese whiskey, the Mayagoki, and 45%. Very, 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 very nice whiskey. Really, really good whiskey, and it's a screw cap as well. All Japanese whiskey, pretty much for the most part, are screw caps. This is Glenlivet. It's Canadian rye whiskey. You see it here at 43%. Very, very, very nice stuff. This was being blown out. They were just kind of getting rid of it. So I picked up a bottle. I have not tried that one, I don't think. Here's another Wayne Gretzky here. This is the double oaked Gretzky. So I haven't tried this one yet, but it sounded really interesting. It was one of their newer ones they brought out a little while ago. This Crown Royal Reserve. Really, really nice stuff. I have had this in the past at our Whiskey Club night one time. Yeah, really nice bottle. I had this before we tried it at Whiskey Club, but I was really excited about trying it because I had it, and I was just excited about trying it out because I had it in the collection. I hadn't opened it yet, so really, really nice stuff. But that's a screw cap, like most Crown Royals are, so we don't need to tip that one over at the side. This one here is the bourbon mash. This one is open, but you can see that it's a bourbon mash, and the one thing wrong with this box here, I'm not sure if you can see it or not. That might be a hint right there. It's bourbon mash. Whiskey can only be called bourbon if it's made in the bourbon style in the bourbon area. So when the people like the bourbon makers down in the U.S. found out that Crown Royal was calling their whiskey with bourbon on it, it didn't go over too well with them. It'd be like Americans calling their whiskey scotch. I mean, Scotland wouldn't be too happy with that either, or anyone else outside of Champagne calling their sparkling wine champagne, or fortified wine called port outside of Portugal. All that kind of stuff doesn't go over too well, so they had to change the name. So this is a hard bottle to find itself, and they did change the blend after, because a buddy of mine, he bought a bottle of this, and it tastes totally different than this bourbon mash bottle. You can see here it's screw cap as well. So they did something to the blend as well when they changed the name, and it wasn't as good, unfortunately. This is Red Letter from Wiser's, and I have not tried this one yet. Looking forward to trying it. But a buddy of mine in Ontario, who's a subscriber to this channel, we make trades back and forth. So he'll send me stuff that I can't get here, and I'll send him stuff that he can't get there. And so yeah, really looking forward to trying this bottle at some point. But just a really great guy. We've got a really great community going here within our whiskey club here in society. I was not even a club, because we've got a great whiskey club, but this is outside of that. This is on Facebook, group of guys. This one here, I was on Facebook, and I won this. The guy was not, I didn't really win it, but he was selling off part of his collection, and this was part of it. And it was for this, and this, another bottle of 18-year-old. This was the big one for me. It was the Highland Park, the Wiser's 18, and gosh, there was another bottle. It came with 3 bottles. I forget what the other one was. If I see it, I'll let you know. But he was selling them off super cheap, and like I said, this was the big one for me, because I love Highland Park, and I said, yeah, I'll take those from you. Give me a really good deal, ship them out, and they've been sitting here happily ever after with me. So really grateful for this one here. This is the Highland Park 14-year-old, the Loyalty of the Wolf. And this is a travel exclusive. So I know it would be really hard for me to find this one here. So I was just thrilled to be able to add it. And it's a 1-liter bottle too, not a 750. So yeah, really, really happy to have being able to add this to the cellar. So super thank you for that, and yeah, thank you for selling it to me. I was really appreciative of that. This here is a 20-year-old Canadian Club whiskey, and yeah, it's just really good stuff. We've had this before in our whiskey club, and it is really nice. And this isn't very expensive at all. I think when this comes out, it comes out for Whiskey Fest. I think it's like 60 bucks or something like that for a 20-year-old whiskey. That's actually really quite nice. Yeah, I was kind of blown away by it. So super happy to have one of those in the collection, or in the cellar. So put that there and there. This one here, this came out for our Whiskey Fest as well a few years ago, and this is a single cask, single grain whiskey. It's cask strength at 58.2%, and there's bottle 52 out of 296 bottles, and this is from Shelter Point. And you can see here their cork system that they use here now. So they've gotten away from their glass stopper, but I think they were still using glass stoppers when they put this one out. I think it's only because it was kind of more of a cask strength one that they put the proper, I wouldn't say proper, but the normal kind of corking system that you would normally see on it. This buddy Dan and I, we went on a booze cruise here out in Calgary a few years ago, hit a bunch of different places, and one of the places that we hit, I used to live in a place called Okotoks, which is south of Calgary. I used to live in Calgary as well. I lived in Edmonton, I lived in High Level, I lived in Fort Vermilion, kind of lived all over Alberta there when I was flying. But this is from the Eau Claire market, and this is really nice stuff, actually. They had the regular bottle, but they also had the Canadian Calgary Flames one here of Rupert's. And I'm a big Flames fan. They're kind of like my hockey team. And they weren't at the time until I moved out there. I think the Blackhawks were my team, but the Blackhawks still are my team. Like, the Blackhawks are my American team, and Calgary is my overall hockey team. Even though I live in Winnipeg, I'll always cheer for the Calgary Flames. And yeah, so that's why I got this one here with a special release bottle to it. But this is really good stuff. We tried this at the distillery, and I was like all over that. But I remember when I lived out there, we were hanging out this little lounge or a little pub downtown Calgary bunch of pilots, my co-pilot and everything. I'm sure I probably told the story before. And we're watching when they were playing the Tampa Bay Lightning. And Calgary Flames scored the goal and won the Stanley Cup. But the goddamn communist, horrible referee, Kerry Fraser, called it off. Just such a prick. And I didn't mind Kerry Fraser beforehand, but man, I hate the guy now. I just can't stand that little weasel. But he called it off. And then Don Cherry later on Coach's Corner, they did a replay, and it was totally over the line. And that was the Stanley Cup winning goal. But no, it called it off and didn't bother going upstairs. And so we're all pissed off. Everyone in the lounge was pissed off because we thought we won the Stanley Cup. And no, he was just this little freaking weasel. And and then Tampa won it in overtime and then went to another game and then ended up winning the Stanley Cup, which was a false Stanley Cup. Calgary Flames, in my mind, and everybody else in Calgary, we won the Stanley Cup. That was our cup. But anyway, my co-pilot at the time, when Tampa came back and scored that goal, we were all sitting there. We had like beer and wings and everything like that, and nachos and everything on our table. He stood up and flipped the table. He was so mad, and then stormed out and left his girlfriend there, so I had to give her a ride home. And he was so mad. And then the next day he was all sheepish at work and stuff like that and apologized for his behavior. But we're like, no, man, we completely get it and understand it, man. We felt like doing the same thing. And everybody in Calgary hates Kerry Fraser to this day. Like, nobody has any use for that piece of crap. This is a stock and barrel. Back to the whiskey. But that's when I really started liking the Flames, is when I lived out there. This is a stock and barrel single malt. You can see here. And you could, if you've ever, this is really good. This is really good whiskey. You can see that it won gold in the World Whiskey Awards. But this particular bottle here was also featured, and I noticed it, in the new Wolverine Deadpool movie. So if you go back and watch Wolverine Deadpool, Wolverine's drinking stock and barrel. So, kind of cool. This is Old Tub. We had this at our bourbon and barbecue at my house 2 years ago. This was such a cheap bottle of booze, like super cheap. And I thought, it's cheap. I'm not going to buy it. But we had it there. Holy crap, is this ever good? Like, really good. Like, blew everybody away. And everybody the next day literally went to the LC to pick up a bottle of this stuff. And it's bottle and bond, so it's 50% ABV too. Let's see where the ABV is here on this bottle here, if I can show it to you. Yeah, right there, eh? 50%. Like, it's just, holy crap. But this was really good stuff. So, and then they blew it out and they got rid of it. I could have got another bottle if I wanted to, but I hadn't even opened that one. So I thought, it's good. I'm good for that one. But that's a really good bottle for sure. And another bottle we have here from Crown Royal. This is the Crown Royal Limited Edition bottle. I can't get this one here anymore either. And you can see here it's just got a screw cap, so we don't need to put that down on its side. And I think I can get the rest of these in here. Let's see. These came out, this is from Wiser's as well, and I wish that Dr. Don would do this again. If I see him at Whiskey Fest, I'm going to ask him if he's going to be doing this, because he was supposed to be doing a set of 6 goalies, and he only did the 1. So I hope he comes back and does it again. But these are the NHL alumni bottles, and these are absolutely incredible. I got this one here in Winnipeg. I got this one and the Yvan Cognac are the only 2 that we could have gotten here in Winnipeg, the MLCC. So I grabbed the Dave Keon bottle, and you could see here, and this is the Yvan Cognac, on the bottle, like on the label here, there's each one is everything in here is kind of a little bit of an Easter egg. So for example, say 12 years old, he may have won like 12 Stanley Cups, or I don't think he won 12 Stanley Cup, but say he won like I don't know, like say 3 Lady Bings, or yeah, you never know. He could have won 12 Stanley Cups, but or scored, whatever. But each one of these, and you can see here's a one-time release, but everything on here has got something on that has some sort of meaning to the player. So it's really cool. So if you know the players, or you can go online and Google search what each one of these things here means. It's really, really cool. This is Daryl Sittler. And you see he's a well-rounded player, 4 grain. So that has definitely something to do. 10-year-old. That has definitely something to do with Daryl's play. So yeah, I mean, you may have scored like 10 seconds. A 10-year-old maybe, and he scored a goal in 10 seconds, kind of thing, like one of the fastest goals to be scored in the NHL or whatever. It's things like that, that have these little special meanings in these particular bottles. This is Lanny McDonald's, and I think I've met pretty much every one of these guys. Not all of them, but almost every one of them. So there's Lanny McDonald's bottle. So I've met Lanny, I've met Daryl, I've met Yvonne, I've met Dave, I've met Wendell. This is Wendell Clark. I had Wendell on my airplane, and I had Lanny McDonald on my airplane when I was flying to Pilatus. So that's his. Let's see, who's this? Coffee. So this is Paul's. I met Paul, I believe, at one of the alumni games. So, like, if you look at all these numbers here, even Rich and Smooth, that may have been the way he's played. 2 grain. There was something to do with that. 48 percent. There may be something to do with that. 7. He may have won like 7 Stanley Cups. 4 barrels. That's got something to do with his play or his history in the NHL. Like, all of those have something to do with his play. Larry Robinson, I've definitely met. Big Bird, super nice guy. Like, that may have been like his Stanley Cups, 6 Stanley Cups, maybe 6 barrels, 6 Stanley Cups. So he may have gotten like 6 Stanley Cups and 6 other things that he won, whatever, But like I said, you check them out and see what each one of these have to say in there. This guy I have not met. I have not met Martin Brodeur yet. But that is his whiskey. But Toddy and I, we had this at his place when I was out there, and it's really nice. It's nice and spicy. He had he had them all. So Todd got me every single one of these except for Dave Keon and Yvonne Cognier. I already had those, but he picked up the rest of them for me out in Ontario because we can't get them here. So I was super, super, super nice of my little brother, little Toddy. So thank you for that. Can't wait to try them all. The only 2 that I'm missing is Marc Messier and Guy Lafleur. But those are really hard to find. Messier's gone up in value on a secondary market, and same with Guy Lafleur. It's gone right up as well. So I don't think I'll ever be able to add those to the cellar, which is too bad, because it would have been good to have those ones in there too. But never say never, right? You never know what you'll end up finding in the future. So you surprise yourself with this fun hobby. So I think that is everything here on the third shelf. So I think we've got everything covered. So we are going to be going into the fourth shelf, so stay tuned for that. Hope you guys like that. Hope you guys liked what I had there. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you've had any of this kind of stuff before, and if you tried any others of these alumni whiskeys. All the money raised from these alumni bottles would go into helping former NHLers out that didn't have those massively huge contracts the players nowadays get. Like, I think the minimum wage now for an NHL hockey player is 1.5 million. Back then in the day, I mean, these guys were, they had second and third jobs. In the summertime they went back to working on the farm or in the dairy or working construction or whatever to make ends meet, and they certainly weren't making 10, 20, 30 million dollar contracts, 6, 8, 10 million dollars a year. They were making 200,000 a year, 10,000 a year, 6,000 a year, so it wasn't a whole lot of money to be had back in those days with the initial guys that got going, the guys in the 50s, 60s, and even 70s. Except unless you're a big name. But anyway, so it goes to a good cause, helping the guys out and stuff like that too. So, and really good whiskey. So, and each one of these guys had something to do. They would go in and let Dr. Don know what they like and booze, and he would put it all together, and they were right there, right from the beginning, all the way up until it was actually bottled. So it was really cool stories. I know a lot of these guys, they'll sign the bottles and stuff for you. Todd said he was out at some of these hockey card places and stuff, or these hockey signings, and they'd sign, say you want a hockey card signed, it might be like $15 or $20 a signature kind of thing. But if you wanted, a bottle signed, it would be like $100. So I was like, I'm not spending that kind of money to get a bottle signed and stuff like that. He's got them all, but he doesn't have any of them signed because he doesn't want to spend like $100. And I don't blame him either. I wouldn't spend $100 to get a bottle signed. If you're signing a card, for $20, sign the bottle for $20. But I guess they're worried about people selling them in the aftermarket or whatever. But I don't know. I think it'd be cool to have a full set of bottles like this signed by the guys, and then having your bar to show off and stuff like that. I think that'd be really kind of neat. But the prices they're asking for those bottles to be signed are really kind of crazy. I'm not sure if it was the players asking for that or if it was the promotional guys. I'm pretty sure it's the PR guys because they're kind of crooks. Just kind of shuffling these players in and around like cattle and making their money, and they don't really care about them. They just want their cash. So, but anyway, that is number 3, row 3, or shelf 3. So hope you guys like that. It's going on to Patreon first, and then it'll make its way over to YouTube. Please like and subscribe. Share this with anyone that you may have any kind of value to, this kind of stuff. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff that's more up and coming on Patreon, let me know. And consider, maybe helping the channel out on Patreon. Everything that goes into the channel goes right back out to the channel. Once we get enough money to start shipping something and stuff like that, there may be maybe some bottles or some cigars, or I don't know, a big box of samples or something like that. Whatever, we're going to find something to give away, for prizes and stuff like that, just to Patreon subscribers. There's still going to be lots of other giveaways for my YouTube subscribers and all that kind of stuff, but to reward people who are helping the channel out financially through Patreon, why not do something really cool for them as well, on top of putting out Patreon exclusive or Patreon pre-Patreon videos, for them to get to see. There's going to be some Patreon only videos probably in the future, things that I want to do. So stay tuned for that. But thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate everyone. Hope you're getting anything out of this. Let me know what you think of it. If I just kind of want to I got to do bottle maintenance, and but I thought I'd just show you the collection. Like kind of showing you what I got. I like seeing people's collections, so I thought, well, if I like it, maybe somebody else might like it. So anyway, thanks again. Have yourself a great day. We're going into shelf number 4. Like and subscribe. Share this with anybody, and we'll talk to you real soon. Have yourselves a really, really great day, everyone, and thank you for everything. I really, truly, truly, truly do appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.